New arrivals have landed at Kush Online, and they're going to have you dressed and fine as wine. Be sure to come by and check out our selection, www.kushe.online. Hey guys, welcome to my channel and welcome to another video. So I just finished watching a video that Peach Mcintyre did. It's so weird. I was just thinking of doing this video. It's talking about getting evicted. Now, I find it interesting that I put up a video about a week or so ago talking about her possibly being evicted. And then here comes this video from her. Now, she alleges that this deals with her past, that she has been evicted a lot in the past. And she was given information. Well, some of the information that she gave was incorrect. So I want to kind of go through this process now and kind of put the right information in context. Number one, being in an eviction process is not the end of the world. It is a bad situation. It can come at usually a bad time. You're having financial issues, because if not, you wouldn't be in the situation. But it's not the end of the world. Okay. The first part of, once you become late, you get a 3-day notice usually, and then a 7-day notice, or sometimes just a single notice, depending on the state and the rules in the state. Now, they're supposed to notify you about the lateness, giving you the opportunity to pay before they file. Now, does that always happen? Not really. If they've ever sent a late notice to you, they can use that late notice and go ahead and file the eviction, especially if it's an ongoing situation. But let's say you are past the notice point, you have been filed on, and the marshal came to your house and served you with the paperwork for eviction. Now, it depends on your situation on what you really need to do. The first thing you do need to do is they give you 5 to 7 days usually to answer the filing. If they give you 7 days, answer on the 6th day. If they give you 5 days, answer on the 4th day. Just to cover your behind, try not to get to the very last day, because God forbid something happened, you on the way up there, you have a red car, messed up, whatever. If you do not file your answer, they will get what's called an automatic writ of possession, and basically they put your ass out, and that's the end of that, and that's not what you want. So give yourself the 5 days or whatever grace period, but at the same time, just don't go all the way to the end. So in that 5 days, you need to be strategizing. Either you have the money, either you can come up with the money. You can maybe call your rental office and ask, try to make a pay arrangement. If they'll work with you, great. If not, usually once they file, they want everything on the filing before they will stop it. At the end of the day, they really don't want you out. They just want you to pay your doggone bills. I mean, because it's not personal to them. It's business, and hey, a business is just that. So if you can come up with the money, that's how we're going to proceed. Let's say in the next 2 weeks or so, you can come up with it, or you talk to them and they'll work out something if you pay so much of it. You still go up there on that 6th day, you make that filing. Now, one of the things that Peach said was that you put the money kind of basically on hold. The magistrate's office will not accept money. They are not a depository of any type, so you cannot put money on hold there. Also, if your landlord accepts even a penny from you, they are required to stop the eviction, and they can no longer put you out. So that's one of the things that she said that's wrong, and that's in all states. If you call and they say, look, you owe us $3,000. If you pay $2,000, we'll take that one and we'll work with you, but you just can't be late anymore. So then you still file the answer and give yourself the time to work it out. And what they'll do, once you file the answer, they will give you a court date, because basically you guys at that point have to go in front of the judge. Now, different states have different ways of doing it as far as going in front of the judge. I can't really speak on that in personal experience, because I just don't have, all that info, because it depends on where you live on how that can be handled. And I wouldn't want to tell you wrong, although this is not legal advice. I still want to give you information that's accurate. So while you're going through this, you do not know, especially since you're already struggling financially, where things can end up. So it's very important that you put yourself in the best winning position, which means any money that you have, keep it. Don't do any frivolous spending. Ask for money from anybody you can, kind of just to get yourself prepared. Especially if you're a parent, you do not want to end up in a car or homeless, and you want to be able to land on your feet, even if that means moving or even if that means staying there. So just say you can stay there. You will have the 5-day notice. They'll probably give you a court date within 11 days. So that's about a 2-week span of time. Before that 2 weeks, if you have made arrangements, go ahead and pay your arrangements. And then once you satisfy the arrangement, they will contact the court and let them know they stop it. Now, let's just say they don't stop it. You still have to show up for the court date, even though it may be stopped, letting them know what happened. They will confirm if you have made a payment and the payment was accepted, and then they will remove the filing. If you call up there and they cancel the court date because they did their job, then okay, fine. But you always have to check and make sure. That's if you're staying. You will satisfy what your landlord wants, and then, do whatever moving forward. Now, let's go to the next scenario. The next scenario is you're not going to be able to get the money. So obviously you still want the 5 days. You still want to go to court. Now, in court, you can ask anything. You can ask them to work with you or whatever, but just say, I just don't have the money. The judge will be like, okay, well, look, just, prepare yourself to move. Have you already moved out? Are you still in the property? You let them know. Depending on the judge, the state, and the county, they can ask you, hey, how long do you feel like you're going to need to get you and your family a safe place to stay? Let's say you say a week. They'll say, okay, I'll give you a week. And at that time, the landlord will check and see if you're out. And if so, they'll go ahead and take possession of the property, which is a writ of possession. In some counties, whatever day the court date is, there's an automatic 7-day stay. And then at that 7th day, the judge signs the paperwork. You get 3 days, and then you got to be out, or they're going to take your stuff out. So if you cannot pay the money, then you just be preparing yourself during this time. You make sure you take all the time. If you need them 5 days, you take the 5 days. Then you got to wait for the court date. Then you wait for the court date. That might be another 10 days, which is 14 days. Then they're going to give you another 7. That's 21 days. That's 21 days. And at that 21st day, you need to be out. Now, let's just say you can't get your stuff out by yourself. You're a woman. You don't have a man available. You don't have enough money to hire somebody, or whatever the case may be. Let's just say you don't get paid till next week, whatever. If you have to get down to the day that they are actually removing your property from the place, what you need to do is that morning, the magistrate is going to come and let you know when they come to sit you out, right? Just make sure that you have a moving truck. What they will do is put your stuff in the truck instead of just putting it on the street. If that's the only way that you can get the stuff out of there, and if that's the time that you need, you take the time that you need. But in the meantime, be finding you and your kids a place to stay. You need to be able to, usually there's a place that'll let you like pay for either a discounted storage unit and get a free truck, or something of that nature. But they will let you get a truck, and they will put the stuff in the truck. So if you need that time and need that situation, you take what you need. I mean, it just is what it is. Okay, so that's scenario 2. Now let's say, for instance, you ain't got no money for nothing. You are really screwed up. You might have $200-300, but that's about it. If you get out, you will literally be on the street. This is where drastic measures can come into play, and it's a sacrifice to do it this way, but it will keep you and your kids off the street. You get filed on. You still wait them 5 days. You go file your answer. And when you go to court, before the court day, as a matter of fact, before the court day, what you're going to do is one of two things. You're either not going to go to court, and you're going to go to a pro se website online, and you're going to get bankruptcy papers. You're going to file a Chapter 7 bankruptcy, but you file it nakedly. What that means is you fill out all the paperwork for this. Now, you can do it pro se, but I think you still have to do the education class. Bankruptcies require you to do a financial education class before you can file. I don't know if you can file and then you got a time to do the financial education class or what, because, the bankruptcy laws changed a few years back. But the bottom line is, before either the court date or before they sit you out, you will file a bankruptcy. Wherever you are in that process, that bankruptcy will immediately stop the action. Not only can they not put you out, they can't put you out, and the court can't even see the hearing because you have a protection of the bankruptcy laws. Now, the best thing to do, especially if you have income or have absolutely no money, but you have a plan in place on how you're going to solve your financial problem, what you do is you go ahead, you file, you go and find a Chapter 13 attorney, and you file. When you file a Chapter 13, usually you don't have to pay any money up front because you're going to have to pay payments. Now, usually they do require you to have some type of income. So I don't care if Grandma Mabley just gives you $100 a month to try to help you and your kids. That's what you need to take up there, because you got to have some kind of income. They will file the bankruptcy. They'll do the financial education class, and then you are protected by the automatic stay. You let your landlord know that you have filed bankruptcy. You give them the name of the attorney. They will be one of the debtors on your bankruptcy, and any money that you owe from that point will go on to the bankruptcy. Now, they usually cannot kick you out, but they can petition the court to put you out because they feel like that you're not going to pay moving forward. But as long as you're in bankruptcy and as long as you make those payments on time, all of your creditors will get it, and you can stay in your property at that time. Now, if they go and petition the court to put you out and the court allows it, then you still have to move. But even in that scenario, it takes a while, a couple of months actually, and that gives you time to work your situation out. So that is how to handle a bankruptcy. Now, remember, if you are going through one, if they take money, they cannot put you out. Okay? Period. That's any state. Even a penny. And secondly, like I said, you make sure you plan everything out. A person with no money definitely have a plan. If you don't have a plan, you plan to fail. And it's just that simple. So, guys, I hope this information is useful for you. Miss Peach Mcintyre she's an intelligent person. Let's just be honest about it. But, it's just some things that she didn't put up that was incorrect. And like I said, I had planned to do this video anyway. So I just took advantage and went ahead and used her as a base to give you the factual information. The information I gave you is generalized based on any state. Like I said, certain notifications and certain things may be a little different, but for the most part, everything I gave you is factual. So I hope that helps. Also, if you need any other instructional videos like this, let me know. I will definitely be happy to oblige. Talk to you guys next time. Bye. Push Online offers cute, stylish clothes for women with character, charisma, and a whole lot of curves. Be sure to check out Kush. We take the stress out of getting dressed. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, don't forget to turn on those notifications. See you in the next video.